Hello, everyone. I'm Alex,
Hello, I am Mariella.
and we are here today on February 20th, 2022, which is a palindrome. So
I heard that.
numerologically, it's actually a very powerful time, and we're in the power of two. So that is today. And then, of course, we have like 2222 or whatever. I'm saying it wrong, but like
It's
happening Tuesday.
February, yeah, 20th, 2022. Is that it?
Yeah, that's today. And then we're going to soon have February 22nd, 2022.
Oh,
So, and today, according like things in the United States, like, the birth chart of the United States
yeah.
is like crazy stuff is supposed to be transpiring astrologically
Yeah.
For the States right now, which ripples out to the whole world because they're such an economic powerhouse. Like, so I'm interested to see what that actually transpires to. But we just had the Leo full moon, and we have Mars and Venus just met up, and Uranus and Jupiter have just met up as well. And so Uranus and Jupiter, I was trying to look for some stuff about it because I saw like some like posts and little writings about it, but I didn't hear any of my main astrologers talking about it, but I was looking for it. Because yeah, Uranus is like that transformation.
Explosion.
Yeah. And then you have Jupiter on top of that. And it's like,
That's big.
that's
Big
big.
explosion.
I think the idea is it's supposed to be like big transformation with big, big things. And we're just coming out of the shadow time. Someone mentioned like when something goes retrograde, there's a shadow time, which means it's like a lingering. So it's like it peaks, and while it's in retrograde, it peaks and then it comes back out and moves forward again, but it needs time to kind of stop and start going faster to its normal speed. And that's called the shadow time. So you still have some lingering. So it's supposed to be like this great learning of what you've learned in the past 2 months that is supposed to be peaking at this moment. And I'm like,
Did you hear that? So right now we're having this special energy, right? With the coming back of Pluto, right? To its place of origin. And so that's the big thing. It doesn't happen a lot because the time for Pluto to go around the sun takes so much time. And so it's very special. And so I think one of my astrologers, I don't remember which one, said that the whatever energy we have right now, like on the 20th of February or 22 around this time, then it will be just a little taste of what's going to happen in April. And so it will be interesting because, Pluto is about the unconscious, is about death, transformation, purging.
Very powerful.
Yes, it's about wealth. And so what is the other thing that is coming that is putting a light on everything? Pluto, right? And so Pluto, there's a conjunction that is happening right now. With what is it, Alex? Pluto with?
Well, I know Taurus and I'm like, I can see an image. Saturn, there's a big Saturn piece that's happening right now.
That too.
Yeah. So like literally it's kind of like a Saturn return, same with a Pluto return. It's like just super, when it returns, it's like just a burst of change and like the rebirth and death and I'm like so sick of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mariella.
And you know what they said? So I think we were watching the same video, you and I, because she was saying that um, this year will be a year of balance.
Mm,
And that's the two, right?
yeah, trying to
The
find the
yin and
balance.
yang.
Yeah, balance of
And
masculine, feminine.
yes. And there is a theme of love, right? As well.
Hmm.
And then I heard someone else say next year will be the year of um, restoring.
That sounds so lovely.
I know. So it will be changes after changes after changes. That will be this year. And then we can start building from, I don't know if it's from scratch or what, but
Hmm.
from certain point we will be able to build on. And um, Neptune is around, I don't remember when. Neptune in Pisces, is that April? I think that's the
Well,
one in April.
okay. Because I know we've moved into Pisces, like the sun has moved into Pisces now. And yes,
Yeah.
there is lots of Neptunian stuff happening, which is very much like the Pisces and the kind of like that expansive and I say expansive, that's totally the wrong word, but the
It is
deeper
expensive too.
awareness and
Yes.
consciousness and
Mystical,
Mhm,
spiritual, all that subtle
yeah.
energy that you can't touch but is around.
Mhm,
And so I'm really excited because we're going from ending all the patriarchal, right?
mhm,
All the authority type of energy everywhere in all the areas with everyone, families, everything. Is not just the government. So it will be really interesting. Whatever's on the top of everything, that's going to end. And then we're going to start from the new. And I want to see that. Like, and then we can, because of the balance of yin and yang, right?
mhm, mhm,
Then we will have more access to, for example, when we work, we can apply more intuition, more creativity, and compassion, empathy, right? I
mhm.
love that.
More of the feminine.
Yes, more of the
Mhm,
feminine. But it's not that you're going to go all the way to the feminine or going or leaving all the male, right? It's the
mhm.
balance. And I
Yeah, true
love that
balance.
idea.
Mhm.
We were talking about extremes, remember? We don't like the
Yeah. No.
extremes. Because
Correct.
we were talking with Alex before the video and we were talking about perception and what's the theme this
Mhm.
day.
Yes. And what did we discuss? The theme is like around assumptions, thinking we know
Yeah.
and then not knowing.
No, it's like we are realizing how much we didn't know.
Hmm. That's such a good reminder. Mariella, you need to I swear, everyone, Mariella is so on the ball just about all the time, for real, Mariella. You could just send me some quotes, some daily reminders. That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, so what? Oh, you are not right?
Yeah, you can send me that. That would be perfect.
Remember, Alex, we are not right.
Be
No,
open to the possibility that there is more than one perception. There is more than one possibility. Scott Schenk, Schenk, Schenk,
did
something
you
like that.
say be open to the possibility that there's only one perception?
No, there's more than one perception. More than one. More than one. But this Scott guy, he's actually, I know him from breathwork. Like, I don't know him personally,
Mm,
but he is in the breathwork community, and I really appreciate his kind of Buddhist background and and his energetic stuff. And he, puts lots of posts up and has little meditations and stuff you can do, and or little breath things or sound things, very much yogic as well. And his posts, and I've been like screen saving them, is like around the fact that, the idea of the elephant. Like, Marielle, you go stand in front of the elephant and I'll kneel by the back of its foot, and someone else can be at the side of the elephant. And then we all reach out and touch a piece of it and describe this thing. And we're all going to have a different description.
What's the elephant?
Yeah. What is it? And you touch it and you look at it and you only see the one piece that you see and feel. But really, there's way more to it than that. And like, I guide that exercise in circle sometimes. I've guided that exercise. Everybody grab something and look at it from all angles. And it's like that I'll speak for myself, when I'm kind of stuck in a state or stuck in something, it's so hard to see the other possibilities. Like, they just don't feel right. They don't feel right. My seems so true, and his posts just keep being about this, like making sure, like reminding yourself there's more than your perspective, or, try and take other people's perspectives. Or he words it really well. I don't do it justice, but I really appreciate that reminder. But I'm finding it hard right now to embody that.
Because we thought we were right.
Mariella, I was right. I am right.
Of course, it's hard to embody that. I was going to tell you, how I sometimes attend these meetings or groups where we work on our intuition, and you just reminded me. So it is fascinating because each person can see something, and or can hear or can smell, or it depends on what sense is stronger with you. And so it's almost like sometimes when I'm doing the exercises and let's say we're touching on the same theme or the same person or something is the same, but I can only see or get information about it only with certain, almost like a boundary. Like, it's not a boundary, but I can't see more than that. That is what I can get. And then when you go through others' perceptions or whatever information that they are getting, it's almost like you make these a big puzzle, and everything every person shares is important to see, for us to see the whole piece.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how, like, after we go through everyone's information that they get, then you have actually something solid.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. Like, even when we do practices with I am practicing EFT, emotional focus, emotion focus therapy, and we do exercises as a group as well. And first, I think I'm right with my perception of what's happening with the person. And the thing is, you don't tell the person what you think, but you go like just trying to see if you're right. And you present that to the person and see what the person feels about it. And so many times I'm wrong. And the other thing where I have my supervisor and my other team members watching my work, they have all these other insights and ideas and things that I didn't realize. It's so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if we could see that as a whole, like as a world, everybody would be appreciated, you know?
Mm, hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough when if we don't have the input from all the other sides, we just have to, again, we're still making assumptions on other possibilities. We don't have all that direct feedback, and we don't have, like when we're going through our world, we don't have the direct feedback from multiple, like, you talk about like everybody, like say your teachers are there, so they have a different level of experience, so they might see or hear something different than you do, but like maybe there are things they don't hear but you hear or see, and then the other people, and we don't have that as we walk through our day. We only have ourselves, and it's like we really are seeing through the lens of our world, like I'm seeing through the lens of my world,
Yeah.
seeing through the lens of your world, and oh my gosh, how do we make it a bigger world? Or do we need to make it smaller? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know, but as we move forward to tap on our intuition and our higher self and all that, and working together, like
Mm,
forming community and all that.
yeah, more hive mind maybe. But that's where I'm really starting to question this idea of intuition
Tell me.
in terms of like my intuition might tell me something, but it's telling me something about me,
Hmm.
right? I think the assumption that I'm struggling with is when people are like, my intuition is telling me something about you. And it's like, mm,
Is that really?
and I don't want to discount, because I know people have these amazing capacities that I don't have. And so I won't poo-poo on anybody's capacities, right? Like I find you to be very intuitive, Mariella.
Oh, you are.
And and I'm very intuitive about myself. And my body gives me amazing signals and tells me things,
Yeah.
but it tells me things about myself.
Yeah. And that's the only thing you can look at, I think.
Yeah, but it's very
Remember,
hard when people are like, this is what I'm sensing about you.
I love what you're sensing about me. Don't change it.
But that's the thing, like if I say this is what I'm hearing and I'm wrong, right? Do I be like, but my intuition is telling me this, but you're telling me this. You must be wrong. It's like, no, if I tell you I'm feeling sad and you tell me you think I'm frustrated, example, then that's not the same. Like, no, your intuition is wrong. It's not that your intuition is wrong. Your intuition is telling you something about yourself. This is the area I'm feeling confused with, was this idea of intuition, being able to intuit about other people. Because I believe you can be empathic, right? And feel the energy that other people have. I do believe that. But I believe it's muddled within our own. And but then that's me looking at something from one angle, I guess.
And I
And
remember also what I told you the Course of Miracles said. The
mm,
other, so you can only see through your eyes, right?
mhm.
Which you see and touch whatever is outside, and it's not real. Everything you touch and see and sense is just a reflection of your own mind. And
Mm.
as long as you can change your mind, then the world outside is going to change as well. And people that come to your life are just showing you what
You're
things you should be touching on in your inside, but not in a judgmental way, because you are
right.
actually perfect.
Everybody, do you see how she says that with this like beautiful angelic smile and like confidence.
Because it sounds that's what the Course of Miracles says. And I'm like,
It's no, but
okay.
it's so true. And I'm just like, are you rubbing that in my face right now? And then I'm like, what are you mirroring to me? Stop it. Thank you. Thank you, Mariella. I appreciate
And
it.
so as long as you see yourself perfect, everything will be perfect in the outside.
Hmm.
Now, my question is, so whatever is happening outside and it's not real and it's just my mind, then what about like daily life you have to take care of? You just do it automatically because you have to do it until you actually feel that perfection inside of you and there's nothing to worry about anymore?
Hmm.
Or you just disassociate
Dissociate.
from the world?
Hmm.
Because I don't. It's weird. No, it doesn't feel right. The last thing I said.
Yeah. I wonder because I'm in my head right now, I'm thinking of Marianne Williamson
Mm-hmm.
and listen, like when I've listened to her tell stories about her experiences and, you know, the different courses, like especially through the commune that I've done of
Yeah.
hers and listened to her and um when she talks about things, she experiences it and she experiences challenges and she experiences her ego in her mind and can feel stuck and she, you know, prays and does what she does. But sometimes when I hear her talk, sometimes it's just that she's not angry at herself for feeling those ways.
She's not angry.
She's not angry. Like, I mean, everybody feels everything. But you know, like when you can have something outside of you present itself and you can be detached from it, like not, you can be like, oh, this too. Okay. Okay. You know, like taking it in and not like,
Not the Buddhist way.
oh, the Buddhist way. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah. You just observe.
Kinda. Yeah, kinda like, I don't know. It's so funny. I think about right now in this moment, Mariella, I'm thinking about back to when we first started doing these videos. And if anybody watching has watched any of those earlier videos, me and Marielle have grown and changed. But I think back and like the level of like confidence and connection and exploration that I had, I felt more like, I don't know. And now I'm feeling much more.
I'm right.
No, not I'm right.
I know.
No, before uh like I'm just questioning everything. Like everything feels right, everything feels wrong. Everything is like there's so many conflicting things. It feels more confusing whereas before I felt like there was like way more clarity and like, you know, it just, and so it just felt really I could flow more. Like now I'm continuously like this stop and go questioning, whereas I was questioning before, but there felt like there was a propelling forward. And right now it just feels like it's this like slugging through the mud. And it's this weird place to be. It feels disheartening sometimes, but that's why I love having these conversations with you, because you have such a positive view, first of all.
I
And
try.
you try, and you also speak with this I don't want to say confidence, that's not the right word, but like an
Oh,
assuredness
thank
that it's
you. It's
okay.
not with confidence.
No, I mean like confidence as in like I'm right. It's like a
No.
confidence in that like a trust.
Yeah, I think I feel that's like my, how to put it. Because, you know, when something bad happens to me, I try to convince myself that everything's fine.
Mm,
And so I tend to do that always to the outside as well.
mm, mhm,
That that's what makes me keep going without like falling. Well, I
mhm.
fall, but I try
Yeah,
not to stay there.
yeah, you are really good at that. You really are, Mariella.
I know, but you also validate me.
I'm glad. Mhm, mhm.
I
Well,
really
I'm
like
really
that.
excited for you to pull some cards because I always love the cards you pulled. And today you said you have a different set of cards.
Yeah, I got the tarot with you know how Doreen Virtue extinguished her products. I still have this one.
Mhm,
So it's the Archangel Power Tarot card deck with Riley Valentine.
mhm.
We used to work with someone who loved these cards.
She loved them.
But just before we go to the cards, I just want to tell you one more thing.
Yeah.
Um, oh, okay, I remember now, and maybe you saw it too, but it's from another person who has a YouTube channel. And so her idea or suggestion, which I thought was great, is that when things happen during this year, because things will end and will look like things are not going the right way, she said a great thing to do would be just don't focus on them. Like we were talking about not paying attention to it, because if you pay attention, it grows. And so just try not to pay attention to it. If it's some type of drama or something, you can ignore. Of course, if it's your daughter, you have to address it.
Or your boyfriend or whatever.
Exactly.
Mhm,
But also, we can also ignore some parts of it,
mhm,
just go somewhere else and skip things and just wait for whatever turns later.
mhm.
Because remember, the theme for this year was to stay inside as much as you can and not talk too much. And so, in that way, you stay connected to your inside.
Right, right. Oh, I remember that. Thanks for the
Yeah.
reminder. Yeah, so I've been hearing a lot, like as you pull the cards, um, I've been hearing a lot about like right now, like if you think of like the idea of like the new year and like the new energy and the beginning of, and like this new, or sorry, the full moon in Leo was like, it's like the a last big letting go piece. Um, and it's like the embodying of our power and like this two
Mm.
stuff and Pluto stuff and all this stuff is also about like finding our own power. Now it's not like I'm going to be different. It's like actually like I'm going to be me, and me
Yeah.
being me, like my true authentic me, for example, it might just be being a nice person or like being kind and considerate, or it might be that, you know, it doesn't have to be this like big I'm taking up so much space in the world, like changing lives, like being successful and famous. I mean, it can be, but it doesn't have to be that. It's like literally embracing how we shine, not changing how we shine, but embracing how we actually shine.
Yeah, what we are. Right?
Are we? Am I?
You are perfect the way you are. And I
So,
think, like, because it's really interesting, we were doing cards at work
mhm.
like 2 or 3 days ago with my team.
Oh, were you? Oh,
Uh-huh.
nice.
And so the card that I got was just be yourself.
Mm.
And you were tapping on that again.
Mhm.
And I was telling the other person who was giving me the card that I feel I am myself. Like what else?
You're really good at being yourself.
You too. Or are you?
No.
Why are you doubting?
Well, I want to be more than I am, right? Like I feel like I should be bigger and better and more something, and instead of just being
No,
okay with who I am.
yeah. And so I was thinking about it and I realized, like, for example, doing my practices with EFT, I'm trying to do what I'm told to do and the way they want to teach me, but I have these other things with me, like the intuition part. And like I am not myself in that way. I really hide myself
Mhm.
with what I know about the cards and energy. It
Mm.
depends on with who I am, then I will disclose or not, because
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to be judged.
Mhm.
So yeah, just letting yourself out.
Mhm.
It will feel so good.
Mhm.
But I have to get there.
Yeah, same here.
And of
I feel like
course,
I'm
we're
trying to find
publishing this.
myself again.
What?
Yeah, we're publishing.
I feel like because not so many people see us,
So many people.
I feel safe. But you know what I was thinking also? Once I really embrace my power, things might change.
Mhm. Yeah. I
What
don't
is
even
your
know what to do.
power?
I don't know. I feel like my power is helping with connection, or my
Oh,
power is
yeah,
encouragement.
I agree. Totally. You're such a good circle
Thank you.
facilitator. You're so inspiring when you talk in a group.
You're
You
so
are.
sweet. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So there's something there, but I just feel like I'm less than so many people. Like I'm less, and I'm trying to just really be aware of this stuff. And I imagine many people are feeling similar and confused. And where do you think you shine?
Mm, I shine in many ways.
You do.
Let me get back to you about this next time.
You hold
I
the
need,
positivity card and the hopeful card. Like you
that's
really
true.
do. I mean, sometimes it's really freaking annoying.
Annoying.
Really annoying.
I have a person that is new in my team that I almost see myself in that way when I see her. I'm like, "Wow, you're annoying sometimes, but I really like her."
I remember sometimes there were times at work when I'm just like, you're so freaking annoying, Mariella. Stop it. Stop being so positive. I remember those
Cry for a
moments.
minute. I do
Exactly.
cry. I love crying.
Mhm. Yes. I know I've been crying a lot lately, but it's like so awkward. Like I'll just start crying in the middle of the grocery store and I'm just like, what to do?
So embarrassed.
It's just like, let myself cry, let yourself cry, let yourself cry. Don't hold that in.
No, yeah, because you don't want it to be stuck in your body later.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm. Okay. Pull these
Stop
beautiful
talking, Alex.
cards. I'm going to pull a card from one of my favorite and first decks, which is my
Ooh,
Osho card.
I love that one.
It all began with this deck for me.
Yes. Well, actually,
Well,
everything
actually,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry, you can go ahead and challenge that. What were you gonna say?
That everything began with the angel cards.
It did. This deck right here.
Yeah.
This one right there. Yeah. This is true. Mariella, this was the first deck. And then I think even before my Osho, you might have brought this deck.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not sure.
yeah.
Those were the two decks for sure. And then when I went to India, I got
Yeah,
this was my first deck.
yours. Yeah, that you chose for yourself.
Yeah. The one that called to me first was this one.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, and I still use the angel ones, like the other one. I pulled a card when I was really sad yesterday, and it said spiritual growth. And I'm like, you know, spiritual growth, my butt. Anyway,
That's very comforting, though.
everything is growth.
Okay, what cards do you have?
So I'm pulling a card based on the energy of the idea of like power over the next, like the course of this year, where it's like a building energy, like you're talking about, like in April.
Yeah.
And then I heard like even I think like October, but for sure December, that this
Yeah, I have the
whatever
date here.
we're kind of uncovering for ourselves is continuing to unfold.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm pulling for.
Okay. So it
And
was February 20th, July 11th, and December 28th, the big days.
say that again, one more time.
February 20th,
Mhm,
July 11th,
mhm.
and December 28th. But then in October, as you said,
Uh-huh.
Aries will be on, like the full moon will be in Aries,
Yeah.
and that will activate Pluto energy return, kind of like a half type of thing. So yeah, it has that energy too.
Okay. So I got this one, ripeness.
Ooh,
It's the rainbow 9.
we are pregnant.
What? No. Um, we are not pregnant,
That
but
we know.
yes. So, and what is the rainbows in my card, in my deck of cards? Because there's a suit of fire, suit of water, suit of clouds, suit of rainbows. Would this be the pentacles?
Oh, what symbols do you have?
Well, this is ripeness. It's the
It's
rainbow.
it's a 9 of rainbow. I
Is
have to
that,
see the other symbols that you have. Rainbow, what else?
well, the other one is fire and it's red. The other one is water and it's blue. And then there's clouds, which is gray.
Yeah, clouds is faith.
Is what?
Faith.
What about
Hold on. Then the fire one is
I have to write
this-
this down one day because I'm trying to learn like the actual tarot, but I
yeah.
really love this deck. And so I would want to make sure I understand it from. Okay, so fire is mastery of action, water is mastery of emotions, clouds mastery of mind, rainbow's mastery of the physical.
Oh, yeah, that's Pentacles.
So this is pentacles. Okay. Ripeness. Well, I think the card kind of speaks for itself in terms of things coming to like fruition. Like, and that's ultimately like Leo, right? Like
Yeah.
shining in our truth. And that they say that like anything that's been like, when you have like those like thoughts, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. And they're just like these little talking things. And even if it's like something small and not big, like, oh, I really want to make sure I go to this concert, or I really, really want to learn this or I want to do this, whatever.
Mhm.
But those little nigglings are what are starting to like truly be manifested. And I feel like that resembles that. But I would
Yeah.
like to read what it says because I find the card always like gives me a little, ugh, a little extra. So everyone, this is for these points in time that are affecting as we kind of come into those pieces of self that we're exploring and manifest those things that are arising. So the commentary, when the fruit is ripe, it drops from the tree by itself. One moment it hangs by the thread. Sorry, guys, I feel like I'm out of practice with reading this. One moment it hangs by a thread from the branches of the tree, bursting with juice. The next moment it falls, not because it has been forced to fall or has made an effort to jump, but because the tree has recognized its ripeness and simply let it go. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates that you are ready to share your inner riches, your juice. All you need to do is relax right where you are and be willing for it to happen. This sharing of yourself, this expression of your creativity can come in many ways. In your work, your relationships, your everyday life experiences. No special preparation or effort on your part is required. It is simply the right time. So then the next piece says, only if your meditation has brought you a light that shines in every night will even death not be death to you, but a door to the divine. With the light in your heart, death itself is transformed into a door, and you enter the universal spirit. You become one with the ocean. And unless you know the oceanic experience, you have lived in vain. Now is always the time, and the fruit is always ripe. You just need to gather courage to enter your inner forest. The fruit is always ripe, and the time is always the right time. There is no such thing as wrong time. I do actually appreciate this card because it actually, not this last commentary part, that it's always the right time, which there's so much truth in that because like you're always going to learn something. And so there's never anything wrong with stepping forward
Yeah.
and needing to step back or falling or whatever, because so much is learned. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Marielle.
Two ideas came into my mind when you were, or three, I can't remember. But one, of course, ripeness. It just makes me think of this very juicy and sweet fruit. And when you were saying that the tree just lets go when it's ripe, then I am trying to see like what's happening right now in the world and in our lives with ripeness and endings. And of course, all the authority part of our lives is ending, but not because it has not served us, but because we are ready to let go and we finish that like lesson. And so everything that we had with the patriarchy and like government and with banks and everything that's out there, then we just learned that lesson and we're ready to let it go. And you know what card I got?
Mm.
I got the wheel.
Um,
So endings and new beginnings. A change in direction that offers happiness. And so it's just a stage that we're ending and we are entering into a new happy
mhm.
stage.
Hmm.
And you see he's floating in there.
Mhm. Here, can you hold it closer and stop being so shaky? I'm just joking. I'm joking. The light is slightly strange.
Yeah. It's the Archangel Jeremiel. if you know him.
Okay. That was kind of creepy for a second there. I saw my reflection in the card in the screen. Like, ooh.
And then the other one was the Lovers Upside Down. We're learning to love. And it's about the twos, you
About
know?
the twos. Oh my God, exactly. That's the two of cups.
Yeah, this is the lovers. And so it's not that we don't have love, it's that we're just working on learning more about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is the world.
Oh, what? Hmm.
A very happy ending, coming full circle. It's the same thing as what you got, spiritual growth and insight.
Wow. Okay. So Sabrina Verber is one woman I listened to, and she pulled some cards in reflection of the Leo full moon. And she pulled the Two of Swords and the World. And the Two of Swords in terms of like, she's sitting there with the swords with her eyes closed and like that internal reflection in that internal self. And then like, anyway. So that's and it was a two, right? Like it was a two and you just pulled a two and two.
Yeah, and you were talking about like having idea here and idea here, and look what I got. You were saying it before knowing about the card, but it's the same thing.
Insights that come from quiet meditation. What?
Insights that come from quiet meditation. Yeah, that's what comes. The need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. Yeah, we need this so much. I think the world has been dealing with COVID for so long. We just need a rest, right?
Yeah. Rest. You're right.
Yeah. Your ideas is right there.
Yeah, very colorful and beautiful and floating around.
Yeah.
ready to come into our world and come into our reality.
But just I got the star at the really beginning, and it just says a dream come true, believe in yourself, and the end of a difficult situation. What?
That sounded like a song, actually. Like, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Oh, I was.
Believe in yourself. The rest is up to me. And don't go chase. Anyway.
I was having that song too, like yesterday in my head.
Wow. Look at you pulling all these amazing cards.
Yeah. So, and the water. April, there's something about Pisces in April that we have to pay attention to water, and but we will see that when April comes. And in the Lenormand cards, I got the Tower, which is government and all the authority. And I got the Dog, which is friends and community, people that understand you and getting together with like people, like your tribe. And the Lovers.
What? Got the Lovers again. Wow. I have been hearing that this year is about like joy and love and this energy, like continuous of love, like the water tiger in Chinese.
That's right, because we are there.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely has that energy pulling us through, and the energy of right now, it's like literally in this astrological time is supposed to be that too. That's really neat. I love pulling cards with you, Mariella. I love your cards.
Me too.
They're always amazing. Well, is there any last things you want to share?
No.
No? Yeah. I don't think so either. I feel like The continuing to like turn in and ground is like so needed right now. And I recognize I don't do that for myself, but
Yeah.
you're such a grounding force for me, Mariella. Thank you so much.
I need to meditate too.
Yeah. I went and lied in the forest yesterday.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh, so beautiful. On the snow?
on the snow, yes. And I'm going through some challenges with my partner. Endings, beginnings, things like that. And I just didn't know what to do, but it was so nice outside. So I'm like, move your body, Alex, go into nature. And then I found a spot where the sun was shining and I just lied there and curled up for a bit too. I like lied there open and like
Oh,
supine,
so
and then I curled
nice.
up for a bit, and I dressed really warm because it's winter, it's cold. I dressed really warm so I could just be held by the earth. It was really nice. So it feels like that last card, like, or the card that you pull, like the idea of like resting and like needing to just
Yeah.
be like, I'm tired of stimulation. Like my phone, I gotta
Yeah.
fucking get rid of it. Like
I
not
want to
away
have
from
a
my
break
phone,
on the phone too.
but scrolling and hearing buzz, buzz, or ding. That actually activates my nervous system in a way I really don't like.
Mm. Yeah. We had a problem on Thursday with phones at work, and they were doing the buzzing like every 5 minutes, each of them, for all the people in in the floor. And we were like, this is a sign. We don't need phones anymore. So we all decided to silence our phones and not listen to them. Just pay attention if somebody calls.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't like that buzzing either.
Mm-hmm.
And people that didn't turn off their phones, you know, they were fine with it. But the others that were just like, I don't want to hear this anymore, they were really polite and just suggesting to silence the phone. So at the end, all the phones were silent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Quiet it all. I have to tell you, like, that's one thing I love about being where I am. It's so quiet. So quiet.
More than here?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing?
I'm surrounded by trees right now. It's so nice and quiet, and I'm not in a big city. And the city that is close by is tiny, and I'm just so grateful for the quiet. When I'm in the city, it's quite activating.
Mm.
Like, I feel like being out here in New Brunswick. That's something that's hard with, him being in the city. The other person that I've been dating being in the city is like hard because that activation energy is like, I feel like it's too much for me. Like I need to be out of the city more. Like I love going in and like enjoying that energy, but I need this quiet.
You're so lucky.
I know, come join me.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't toss one thing. Okay. Anyway, I would love you to come visit me sometime, Mariella. If you and your partner are free sometime, you can both come. You can sleep in my bed. You can have my
That's my dog calling. Okay.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for tuning into this special moment in time with us. February 20th, 2022.
The amazing February 20th.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.